All right, somebody's playing in the background.
Not me. I blame Jay.
That's exactly who it is. I muted his ass. All right. Let me get over here to these comments. What we got right here? Oh, I guess I'm not muting now. Oh my God.
Jay's our comedy relief tonight, apparently.
Yeah, it's the chicken. So let's see if we can do this right here.
You're just jealous of my chicken.
What?
What? You see how you are?
Good job, Chicken Jay.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. All right. Good evening. So we're going to talk about a few things. We actually have a criteria we're going to go by tonight a little bit. So if y'all seen the description of the YouTube that we plan on going over, so we're going to talk about number one. We're going to talk about the officer that was
Keep changing my name.
Shot in Baltimore. Wow.
Just damn.
I don't even know how to respond to that. So we're going to talk about Keona Holley. We'll also talk about Keona Hinnett as well as Jazlyn Adams. Some of you may not remember all of these names, but that's why we're here to refresh everybody's memory. So first off, has anybody in the chat heard about? We'll talk about Keona first. Keona Holley. Anybody in the chat? Y'all remember? No, maybe not. So before we begin, hit that like. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you share it. Okay, donate if you like. It doesn't matter if you don't. Tonight we have, as usual, we got Mr. Absentee with us and Ranger Cogburn. I mean, Jay. So he'll be hanging out with us back in the shadows.
Don't be jealous.
So y'all, he got his eyebrows waxed today, y'all. It didn't go well, so.
My nose.
Just damn.
You're welcome.
Hold on, y'all. I'm looking at something here.
That's fine.
That's what she said.
Mm.
Just not to you.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Getting this pulled up.
Without the commercials.
Without the commercials. So some of you may want to know what happened last week. I mean, it did get cut off right at the end of the live. So here's what happened. So when you have ads that play on the YouTube videos that you use, no matter whether you pause them or not, that can be a copyright issue. So that situation has been eliminated by myself. So we shouldn't have that issue. Now, however, we may get booted for other reasons. You know, we kind of do what we do. But let's see in the chat right here. Yes. So she was the officer that was shot in her patrol car. So we're going to talk about that a little bit and go into a little more detail. If you haven't heard, they actually removed her from life support, and she is no longer with us. God rest her soul. I do hate that happened. Now, so a long story short, I believe she had 4 children. She was asked to stay and work an extra shift in order to cover the shift, and she, of course, agreed because she wanted to have a little extra spending cash for her children's Christmas. Now, that one good deed that she thought that she was that she knew in her heart she was doing, which was taking care of her kids, which is what a good mother does, right? So that cost her her life, okay, by the hands of two jackasses that are incarcerated currently. All right. Now, by her passing away, that does change the charges, of course. Okay, it goes from, I believe it was assault or something like that, and now it goes to actual murder charges. And I mean, that's not a good thing. I was actually monitoring this situation and hoping that she made it out of the other side okay, but that did not happen, unfortunately. So she's got 4 kids that are now without a mother currently. There's a lot of donations going on. If y'all want to donate to that, by all means, you can do that. All right. So let me go back. So she was on life support in Baltimore. They did announce that, like I said, that she was taken off of that because her health was deteriorating over the last couple of days. After consultation with the doctors and all, they just decided that it's probably best just to, let her go. I do have photos of the assailants, or we're going to say accused.
How about perpetrators?
Well, you got to say suspected, right? They're suspected of the charge. Let me see if I can get that pulled up for you guys. Like I said, I will be extra careful tonight. Here we go. So I will pull these up. Now this is old pictures of them. Of course, it says that they were on life support, so that's no longer the case. So I'm just going to share this with you guys. Show y'all a picture of it. Who we got here? All right, you should just see that screen now, right? All right. So that is the 2 suspects right there. I'm going to actually pull up some names for you, but I'm going to call this like it is. People may get pissed off, may get triggered. I really don't give a shit. I'm just going to call it like it is. So, and we're going to talk about another situation as well. And let's see, Demon actually put the fact in there that I was about to bring up myself. All right. So here it is. Let me post it up on there. So BLM won't be on this. They are anti-cop and they are pro-black. Of course. I mean, it just doesn't fit the narrative. They're not going to make any money off of it.
No, they can't pimp this to further their cause.
So we'll call it like it is. But, Black Lives Matter, this was a black officer. I mean, is there any doubt in your mind of that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So nobody should lose their life, no matter what race they are, especially from some jackasses like this that does not have any moral values. So I get a little bit annoyed. I try not to, but it happens. Okay. Just because the ignorance is overwhelming in our world currently. So there we go. Absolutely not there, Palmetto. Now, let's change the narrative and skip over a little bit. Now, they were very, very slow on releasing the suspected assholes. That's what I call them. in the situation. Why do you think that is?
I think because it didn't fit the narrative they wanted, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
They can't cash in on it. They can't spin it any kind of way to benefit them.
So why is this not on mainstream media?
For the very same reason, I would think.
Same reason.
Yeah.
News should report the news. When you start labeling people at value point, and start taking asshats that break the law and kill people and put them up on a pedestal, it's going to make people think that it's perfectly okay to do shit like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at, I hate to beat a dead horse, but you take Kyle, put him on one hand, and you put these fucktards in the other. Kyle was immediately persecuted, hang him, death penalty, whatever. He's a white supremacist. He's this. He's a racist. He's that. He's this. Before he ever had a trial, anything else. And then you got these two, and crickets.
Nothing.
That's all you got.
Nothing. It just says on any news outlet that you go on there, it doesn't say any motive, anything. It just says they shot her in the back of the head. What was the motive? No motive. There's no motive discovered. They just did it. Just vicious means is the only reason.
Evil. Unchecked evil.
Well, the thing is if you put all this stuff on the news, the media, that burning and assaulting people and stealing and all that, if you put that on there and you're showing people this, saying, hey, this is normal. It's fine. Just keep doing it. It's okay. We're not going to do anything.
Yep.
Just do what you want to do. So that takes the victimization out of any situation.
Well, it emboldens the criminals.
Yeah. So, and the legal system is not going to be supportive of fairness. It's just that simple.
No. The problem is most of your people in the legal arena, if they're people who are elected to a position or whatever, they're more concerned about their position and their way of climbing that social ladder as opposed to doing their job. And that's where the problem is. They're more concerned about how it's going to look, the optics, as opposed to getting out there and enforcing justice on all this stuff.
Exactly. So, and I wanted to bring that up because they're the first to want to riot. We've got them up in, I believe it's South Carolina right now. Okay. BLM's supposed to be coming up there, correct? Over some little scratch on the kid's neck. Right? Okay. No, I don't know the whole story on it, but this was a person murdered, absolutely murdered in cold blood while protecting and serving the neighborhood that they lived in.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just come out and kill her for no reason. I mean, she wasn't even on a call. She's just sitting in her patrol car. Not on a call, not on anything. Just sitting there minding her own business, probably thinking, what am I going to be able to get my kids with this extra money that I'm working for tonight?
Mm-hmm.
We all had a good Christmas, I would assume. I had a great Christmas. I had my family. Okay. What does those 4 kids have? I mean, that's the things that people need to think about and put a little more value into their compass in life. Because I'm going to tell you right now, people don't believe it or not, but all this shit that's happening, all this bullshit, they're going to answer for it one day. We all answer for it.
Oh, yeah. You can't escape it.
No.
Cannot escape it. But unfortunately, those values are kind of lost on some people,
Well, I'll keep an eye on it. I don't think they've been bonded out or bailed out. I didn't see anything, but it's highly possible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope they don't. I hope their ass sits there. They need to set the bond at like $10 million.
Well, I think it should be a no bond.
Yeah, I mean, that's
a
cool.
bond doesn't do any good. Take the kid that, well, he's not a kid, he's 18, in Texas that just shot up the school, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He just shot up the kid, hit 4 people. Got out on a bond, $75,000. Posting pictures all over social media of him, eating KFC and partying with everybody, having a good time. So they locked his ass back up because he couldn't leave the drugs alone. So let me tell y'all the way it's supposed to be as far as a bond. If you break bond or the conditions of that bond, it's supposed to be a no bail situation. So we'll see how that goes.
And you lose all that money you put up too.
Yeah, that's 75. Well, I mean, it was a $75,000 bond, which means they paid
$7,500.
Or they may have paid less than that. Nobody knows. They didn't post it. They didn't put that information out there. So we're going to shift gears a little bit. Now, will justice be delivered in this situation? I certainly hope so. I absolutely hope so. I'm going to pull up another situation that we were talking about. Well, they were talking about in the chat. So let me pull up this update on this because I just seen it the other day and it made me want to go back. So Canon Hinnett. All right, I want to go back on that a little bit. Now, touchy situation. I did videos and YouTube of that, and I may play them on here. I did do and they can't copyright me because it's my video and it's my YouTube channel that it's on, that I created. So I'll probably play that. It's just something that I put on as a remembrance for him. And then I also did one for Jazlyn Adams as well. So if you do not remember anybody, Canon Hinnett was a 5-year-old riding his bike in his front yard. And an absolute monster walked out with a gun and took his life. Y'all remember that?
Yep.
So that gentleman, I'm going to call him a gentleman to keep me from getting extremely rattled on here, has been indicted up as of a couple of days ago. So a year and 4 months, you're going to indict somebody when you've got absolute evidence that somebody did it. I really don't. I know it's hard to talk about. I don't really have words to explain it. How could you do that? How could anybody in their right mind have the ability to do something so vile?
I'm sorry, but I'm just going to go with evil. It's allowed to run unchecked nowadays. It's everywhere. And, I cannot imagine the amount of pain that family felt when that happened. I know if that had been my child or my grandchild, and unless there's a factor I'm not aware of, that son of a bitch would never made it to the police station.
Well, let me tell y'all what the common denominator in the 2 cases that we've talked about so far. The suspects all have a criminal record.
Of course they do.
They shouldn't be on the streets anyway. The one that, and I may be, I want to make sure, but I think that I had heard, and this is my opinion or lack of remembrance. It's been so long ago. It's been a year and 4 months. So, it's a little foggy, but I think he had some mental issues is what the consensus was on the situation, but that's not a reasoning behind it. I'm just saying,
Right.
If you can't be a part of society, then why be part of society?
Why do you have a firearm?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, damn. I thought that was the whole point. Where's all these glorious red flag laws they keep wanting?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to stop shit like that.
Well, it doesn't work when people selling people guns that shouldn't
Well,
have
no,
them.
but I mean, I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's what they're always touting and the bullshit they're trying to pass off to the general public. And here's a classic example. I just I cannot imagine losing a child like that.
So that right there, it's April D. I'm not sure. I do know that he spent a lot of time over at Cannon's house, like eating supper with him and stuff like that. So I mean, it wasn't like they didn't know each other. So, and I wouldn't doubt if there was anything, if there was foul play or anything involved. But either way, a child should not have to take the consequences for any situation.
Well, I mean, for that guy to walk up and basically shoot that kid like he's a dog, like a stray dog, in front of his siblings, whether there was some kind of dust up between him and the parents or whatever, why the kid? Why? There's no possible explanation other than just evil. I'm sorry. I don't care if he's got mental issues, whatever. Just I can't wrap my head around it, Vanguard, whatsoever.
Yes, it's absolutely insane. And everybody, I don't mean to bring a whole lot of terrible news and stuff tonight, but a lot of things are getting forgotten about, okay, and have not been resolved. And I'll go to another case, okay. What was it? Dante Wright. The court's been done. The trial's been done. The conviction is coming. And that happened what? 4 months ago? 3?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So why in the hell is it a year and 4 months later on a 5-year-old child where they absolutely know what happened? I mean, it makes absolutely no sense. And I got another story I wanted to talk to y'all about. So we'll talk about Jazlyn Adams. Okay. I don't know if y'all remember that. Let me back up a little bit here. Trying to make sure I got it all right, y'all.
We're doing good if we don't get cut off again.
They can't, because what I'm going to play on here is my video. So they can't, whatever.
All right.
Kiss my ass, I'll say that loud enough for y'all to hear. I don't get it. So last update on Jazlyn Adams, and if y'all don't know, she was a 7-year-old child that was murdered at a McDonald's. She was in the vehicle with her father at McDonald's. Okay, and someone came up and just shot up the car. Y'all remember that?
It seems like I do remember it now. You bring that up. Okay. Where was that at again?
Chicago. Go figure, okay. Right?
Yeah. Chirac. Yep, I do remember that now.
So this happened. I'm trying to pull up an exact date of when it happened. It's been a while ago. May not have been that long ago. Everything I'm seeing is still in April.
That'd be about right, probably.
Yeah, that seems.
Because, I mean, here it is almost January.
Yeah, so April, okay. And they hadn't even been indicted yet. Nobody. No. Now, they did get a second person, a second man charged in the death of it, right? but that's it. No progress has been made. No progress whatsoever. And they said that was a confrontation with the father and the assailants, the beef that they had, which is what caused this.
Okay, but we go back to the whole tenant thing. Why harm the child? Why? Child's innocent.
There's no reason.
No. I mean, I'll give you an example. I used to, back in my former job when I was in school or whatever, I always loved seeing the young kids because they were just all smiles, happy, waving at you. They just thought it was great because they were innocent. They hadn't been corrupted. They were just kids, how kids are supposed to be. They hadn't gotten into little cliques or little groups or any of the, none of them turning little busters yet. They were good kids. And it was great to see kids that were just kids. And to see somebody steal that away, just to be doing it, I don't get it. I can't fathom it.
I don't either. It's absolutely terrible. Well, let me see here. Pulling something up, guys. Give me just a minute. Ta-da! Okay, so let me back up here a minute. Maybe I won't accidentally close out the stream. That would be terrible.
Good going, Palmetto. I was about to get him.
What was it?
Some fucktard in here running bullshit. Just, we'll get the random ones in here running bots.
Yeah. All right. I think I got it. Maybe. Ooh. Well, shit. All right. Well, we'll try this. All right, I think I got it. I don't know.
It's a learning curve.
All right. So anyway, I'm getting into my other account here, y'all. That's what it is. I don't know why it's doing all this stuff. But anyway, bring up another window here. So anyway, what it is, I got a video, y'all, that I made for both of these children that lost their lives due to the hands of some absolute pieces of shit. So I don't have any other way to say it. I mean, it just is what it is.
You ain't got to sugarcoat it for any of us. I think we get it.
There we go. If this is on my account, then it won't have any. Oh, that's neat. It won't let me log into it because I'm doing live.
Oh
well, that's fine. I got it covered. But anyway, we'll get back to that in a minute. So what else is there to talk about? So we talked about the Keona and Hinnett, nothing being done, right? It just got indicted as of a few days ago. Nothing's happening with the Jaslyn situation. BLM's not doing anything for Keona. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I don't know what the situation is. I don't know if they were drug influenced, outside influence, motivated, hate crime, whatever the case may be. But usually in a hate crime situation, other than it being a police officer that was killed, the other situations, they were innocent bystanders.
Yep.
And that's usually what happens. And are officers perfect? Hell no, they're not. Do we need them? Hell yeah. It's the proven fact every single day. Every single day. You cannot turn on any media device, okay, any outside fluctuation without seeing something of disarray from some jackass that's breaking the law or committing murder or shooting up school or whatever the case may be. But it's happening daily. It's a norm. Why is it a norm? Is it because the media is not calling it for what it is? Is it because the media they'll air it a little bit and then let go of it? Or what's the situation? I can't figure it out. Let's see here. Here. We got a faster way to do this, y'all.
I think between the desensitizing of society and basically most of the thugs thinking now that they're emboldened, it's just going to get progressively worse if something's not done. The only thing that a thug or a criminal responds to is force. Just saying, in my opinion. And Demon's right. It is decay of the nuclear family, societal decay. He's spot on right there. Couldn't have said it better. And, if they're not going to fix the home situation, then when they get out in public and start acting like damn animals, you got to deal with them like animals. I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about just doesn't matter what color their skin is, be white, black, green, whatever. You get out there and you commit a capital offense, you kind of gave up your rights in my book, but I'm not in charge. But you start using force against this, the shit will stop. That's the only way it's going to stop.
Well, sometimes you have to go dark to fix the dark, and that's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
And if people just keep placating to all this bullshit and everything and just let it go, oh, no big deal. They had a problem. They were bullied. They didn't know how to tie their shoe, or somebody cut them off at a stop sign, or the damn grocery store was out of Sara Lee's fucking nut bread. Who gives a shit? Stop making excuses for these asshats and hold them accountable.
Yeah.
you better believe if I do something, they're going to hold me accountable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course. I mean,
But don't get your blood pressure up. You're right, though. I mean, and I guess the thing concerns me is I don't want my kids and grandkids coming up in this shit. I want to leave it better, or at least equal to what it was, and it's getting bad. It's going to get worse as long as we got that idiot in charge, and okay, I'm going to step off my soapbox.
Well, all right, I'm gonna share this video with everybody. I think maybe yeah, let's do this. So we'll share screen. Let me share this one. All right, that should be the only thing on the screen right now. Yeah. Can you see that, T?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. So that's one. We'll back up in there. Yeah, isn't that terrible? How many people you think's talking about that right now?
I can count them on my hand.
All right, so let me back this one here up. So we got another one for y'all. I'm gonna share it as well. Maybe this one will work. This is short. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. Oh, y'all can see that, right?
Yep.
All right. Y'all got all that. Look at here. I didn't show any information that didn't need to be shown. Let's go over these comments. People spend too much time disconnecting from the idea that. Yeah. There it is. Mike Tyson said it the best.
Yep.
Everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth. So what's some ideas? What do y'all have as an idea that could change all this? I mean, what is there besides going back to, old school justice? I think we talked about it today. If somebody committed a crime, why hold them in jail for years? Tit for tat. Whatever happened if you murdered somebody, they gave you the death sentence. I mean, it was just that simple. They didn't give you 3 hots in a cot for 40 years and then pardon you. You shoot at somebody in an attempted murder, and I know each state they've got it. It's assault with a deadly weapon,
Right?
Because of somebody's aim was shitty. And that's the difference. I mean, let's be honest. If they'd have hit their mark that they were aiming at, it would have been murder. Just because they wield a weapon that they don't know how to handle because it's in the hands of an idiot.
Yep.
I mean, that's the difference in life in prison or getting bail.
Well, I mean, sometimes you got to kind of look back. I mean, in different countries, like in the Middle East, Israel, some of the other countries, it's an eye for an eye. That's just how it is. And yeah, they might commit crime over there, but you ain't got to worry about justice dragging on. You get caught, it's going to be delivered quickly. I mean, they just don't play. And I really think a good, healthy dose of reality right now would be great.
Well, I mean, and we talk about other countries, and they're so rough, and this is going on, blah blah blah. You steal something over there, they cut your freaking hand off.
That's it.
There goes the 5-finger discount, huh?
Absolutely. You're gonna have somebody else peeling that damn orange for you.
I mean, that's the way it is, and used to. And we'll talk about the Western days, the old West and stuff. It was real simple. If you had a shootout, somebody tried to shoot you, you shot them first. The only thing that determined whether you was legal or not is if they had a gun.
Pretty much.
That was it.
Yeah, I mean, spot on. I mean, one and done. There isn't no drawn out process. The Undertaker comes, measures them, throws them in a box, puts them in the ground. That's about as far as it goes.
There it is. Victimhood mentality.
Yeah.
That's absolutely correct, Damon. Absolutely correct. So, people are raised, well, this is mine. What you've got's mine. What's mine's mine. And I don't have to work for it because it's going to be given to me.
Or I'm going to take it, one or the other.
Yeah, or I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if y'all seen today, it popped up on the news where a guy was selling a PS5, and he's sitting there in this parking lot, a public place in broad daylight.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls up. They see he's got the PlayStation 5 that they wanted. They pull a gun and they take it. And he's shooting at the ground at their feet to keep them from chasing them. They jump in a car, drive off and crash, thank goodness. So they get caught. So they went and totaled I think it was a Volkswagen Jetta or something like that. I don't know. It was nice, it's a pretty nice car. So they crashed this car that's worth way more than a PS5 that they just held somebody at gunpoint for. Good luck with that PS5 in a gray bar motel. So
exactly.
Bunch of ass hats.
Well, I mean, karma's a beautiful thing sometimes.
Yeah, so the world most of us grew up in is gone. It's going to take a conservative national reset. I'm not that old, man. I ain't but like 24. I'm like 24. It wasn't that long ago. We was watching Bugs Bunny. Wait, wrong year. Pokemon. We was watching Pokemon. I'm kidding.
I get where you're coming from, Sex, man. I'm there with you, brother.
Yeah.
I miss the times when you could let your kids go out and play, and they'd ride on their bikes for miles, come back, stay gone all day, run around the woods doing stuff, whatever. You can't do that shit now.
No.
No. They'll be on the back of a damn milk carton.
I mean, is a PS5 worth putting your life at risk for?
No, it's not. But I think, are we talking about the convicts or are we talking about the victim?
We're talking about the convicts.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, yeah. I mean, apparently they thought it was worth it.
Because there's several people that the opposition would have been there.
Sure. Sure.
And why would you go and rob somebody like that? You can wait another month. We'll have some BLM rallies and riots and peaceful protests, and you just go get whatever. You can get 5 PlayStation 5s.
Well, I mean, hell, all they can do is make a phone call to some of their friends in San Francisco because they're looting shit daily there, or Chicago.
Why would you just settle for a PS5? You can drive up there to one of these Chicago towns, and hang out with Lightfoot, and you can get you about 5 or 6 PlayStation 5, some Oculus, some good shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And not get charged or shot at. I mean, what better deal? Might even get a damn police escort back to your car.
Hell yeah.
So,
Crazy
you're right.
Shit.
You're right.
Crazy shit.
So, I just,
Oh, Smeedle juice.
She's a sight. She really is. I mean, you look at her and you watch her get mad, and I keep waiting to see smoke rising out of her ears because she just looks so ridiculous up there. And I don't understand how these people keep getting elected. It blows my mind, So, but just damn.
Well, I talk about a lot of people, and I myself, I'm guilty of it as well. I'm not trying to shine the light on anybody else, and I talk to people, and I'm like, what are we going to do about it? And I tell people what needs to happen, what should happen, what can we do, and stuff like that. And then they get a little upset, and I call them out on it, and I call myself out. I'm not going to say something to somebody else that I don't feel towards myself as well. So
right.
When I tell them, I'm like, well, what are you doing? What are you doing to change it? And they're like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, what are you doing to change it? I mean, it's just that simple. So I'll go ahead and tell you what I'm going to do to change it. I'm going to start case by case. So I'll be calling the DA in that area tomorrow.
Okay.
About both of those child cases that we just talked about, and find out what the holdup is.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it wouldn't hurt for everybody to do that, really. Start bugging the shit out of them. Why is this person still free? Why hasn't this person been prosecuted? Why has there not been justice for his child? There's no legitimate excuse. It's simply their lack of wanting to do it because either they can't get any political currency out of it, or it's just not important to them because they can't, it can't be spun by the media. So to them, it's not a high profile case, and that's all they're after. So it's a shame because, again, you got 2 children here that lost their lives. Should never happen. They should be out playing in the yard right now, both of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of them should be a year older right now. I mean, it's insane. And the thing is, there's really nothing that the parents can do. There's nothing.
Not legally.
Not legally. So, I mean, I just don't get it. Yeah. I wish I had answers for y'all, but I don't. As far as what in the hell the holdup is on these situations, it's just, yeah. I'm at a loss for words because I can't explain it. I have beliefs that people just do it because they think that they can just do whatever in the hell they want to, but I don't want to say that people need to take the law in their own hands, but we don't need to let things go.
No.
Keep bringing it up. I'm going to bring it up. That's kind of what we talked about doing on here is news. Not only new news, I want to bring up old news. Like tonight, we talked about one that's pretty fresh, that's less than a month old. And then we talked about some that's almost a year, and then one that is over a year.
Yeah. Some things shouldn't be forgotten.
No, absolutely not. And is there a difference in an adult getting taken away from the living rather than the difference between a child and an adult? No, not really. Murder is murder. Okay. But the innocence of a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old, they're not making decisions on their own to be in these situations. Okay. They're being driven or directed by a parent entity. So the innocence is there. Why would you mess with a child? Let's see. Cecilia Jones. I'll go ahead and block your ass. There we go. Bye bye. Anyway, yeah. I'm waiting on a real troll to come in here.
Yeah, right now we don't have any, which is fine. When they do come, we'll just set the hounds loose.
Well, y'all got to let me play around with them a little bit before we kick them out. That way I can.
Saxman made a good point. Start calling TV stations and things. Ask as well in smaller markets. People do actually care sometimes. He's got a valid point.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I mean, granted, if I was to call here in the metro area, I'd basically be pissing the wind probably. But if you live further out and you've got in a more rural area, you might have a chance to get some traction on some of this stuff. You got to start somewhere, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, some of the stations they're posting it like, on their websites, but they're not doing video coverage.
Right. Well, at least they're doing something though. I mean, I'll take something on website as opposed to total silence like mainstream media. I mean, hell, you probably could go through damn archives for 45 minutes to find anything on CNN. Just saying.
I did not know that. John Madden died today. Wow. Talk about an icon.
Yep.
That's crazy. How many people we got in here? Let me see. See if we got all the likes for the attendees.
We got a dozen. I'll take it.
Well, I've found that we get most of our views after hours, which is fine. That's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll spread. It's starting to spread, y'all. We pick it up. We're averaging picking up a subscriber every live. So all we've got is 3 million more to go. At 2 lives a week, it's going to take forever to hit 3 million live streams there.
Well, you'll get there.
Oh yeah.
Rome wasn't built in a day, brother.
I don't give a shit. I'm just here to provide information.
That's it.
I am here for the injustice of the people. Yeah, we'll call it that. Hell yeah. Night, Damon. Take care, brother. I hear like some beeping noise or something. I don't know what it is.
I bet it's me.
Sounds like a phone off the hook or something.
It is a phone off the hook, so the damn thing don't ring, and some bitch won't shut up.
See, I told y'all I ain't but 24. I can hear that.
Well, it's better than hearing the damn thing ring in the middle of the stream. So, and because of where I'm strategically located here, the answer machine's right behind me, which makes it a pain in the ass. So next time I'll put in a drawer, another room, some shit. I'll figure something out.
No worries, brother. Wait, did I say I was 23 earlier or 24?
Whatever works for you, brother.
I got to keep the lie together, man. I'm gonna lie about my age. I got to keep it straight. You know, I'm gonna make a Google note over here.
Just pick one to stick with it.
Shit. I'm in my prime. Don't tell my wife that. Oh, let's see here. Let me check the comments right quick. Make sure nobody ain't raising hell at me. I don't see it. Nope. All right, good deal. So we covered a bunch of topics. There was something else I wanted to talk about. I don't even know what the hell it was. I brought up the Texas shooter. He's back in jail. We talked about that wasn't even on the itinerary. We talked about Keona. That was the main one I wanted to talk about. You know,
Right.
Nobody's saying that. It just vanished. It vanished off of all media. And the shooter, wait. Breaking news. Breaking news. Let me pull this up. So the shooter that just happened.
Okay.
Let me pull it up right quick. His name is. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me get this thing here figured out here. Lyndon Mcleod. Let me pull this up. He also went by an alias name, Roman McClay or McLean.
Huh.
I'm pulling up his thing now. So he was actually like a book author or something like that. Had lost his shit and just started killing people. I can pull up his pictures. Yeah. He was some sort of extremist. I hadn't figured out what it was yet, what type of extremist. But the Lakewood and Denver shooting, his name is Lyndon Mcleod. See if I can pull up a picture of this jackass.
Did they actually apprehend him?
No, he's dead.
Oh, that's even better.
They shot him. But he was some sort of I don't think I can get in trouble for this. So I'm gonna pull this shit up. Here we go. There's no ads.
That's a plus.
So we'll talk about this for a minute before we end this thing. So
All right.
So nothing's popping up on here. We'll dismiss that. I'm not signing up for that shit. There he is, right there. That's the guy. Y'all see that?
Oh, hell.
Yep. So apparently they've been watching this guy for a while. He was on the FBI watch list.
Isn't that how it always is? They're on the FBI watch list, but then they go out and tear shit up and kill people, and they say, oh, gee, we dropped the ball.
Yeah, see there he was he had some 2021 investigations already going on. Flat Black Ink Corp. So he went into that tattoo shop, I think, and killed the owner, which used to be his shop or something like that.
He looks like his eyes are open, but they're in the fire lit back there.
Yeah,
He doesn't look, I don't know.
I just had that information come in. I figured I'd share it with y'all.
Okay.
Because they've kept it kind of secret all day.
Yeah, I'm surprised that's out, actually. I really am.
Yeah. I'll do some more digging, find out what type of extremist he was, but that's what they said, that he was a big-time extremist. So I don't know. I don't want to speculate. because I have been wrong on occasion. Not very often. Don't ask Jay that. But, yeah.
Well, you know he's going to pile on.
Yeah. He's probably still waxing his mustache or something. I ain't saying that.
Oh, man.
All right. Good. Well, we actually kind of stayed on track, T. How about that?
Yeah, we stayed on point. I'm impressed.
That's what I'm
We
talking
didn't get
about.
off in the weeds too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. We brought up a couple of extra cases that, yeah, and I hate to talk about jackass like the one I just showed you, but he went on a damn crazy spree.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got a surveillance video. I'll share that with y'all privately at the tattoo shop where he just drives up in the vehicle, gets out, walks inside, does his thing, walks back out and gets in and drives off. He even uses his blinkers.
No shit.
So he's not even speeding out, or he's speed limit and everything. Crazy.
That's a special kind of crazy right there.
What?
Beer doesn't mean crazy sex, man. If that's true, then you're certified insane.
Yeah, well, there that is. I wasn't gonna say it. I
can say it because he was down the road from me.
Well, you're gonna wake up with a smashed mailbox tomorrow.
I'll be all right. He'll leave me a note.
Yeah. He'll probably tear your mailbox down and then leave the money to replace it just so he can do it.
All right, folks.
Yeah, good deal. All right, thank y'all for coming out. Remember, share, subscribe, hit that like button on your way out. Make sure you do that.
Yep.
Send it to all your friends, post it on your book face and all that good stuff. But I do thank y'all for coming out. We do plan on having another live this week. So y'all stay tuned for that. I'll try to have some good information to put out for y'all. Yeah, a little more professional on this one. That's good. Anyway, I'm actually looking into doing some tagging with some other YouTubers, and so we may have some pop-up guests on here. What we'll do is a double live stream between ours and theirs as well, just to get the recognition out there. Because right now, believe it or not, although we are small, we are being censored. I assure you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can tell that. We got cut off last week. Yeah. So anyway, all right, well, y'all have a good night. God bless you all. Be safe out there. Take care.
Night, everybody.
Good night.